Hey guys, before the video starts, I just want to give a great shout out to my wonderful members. The Battle of Paper Official, Jesse HOH, Plush Anime Game Adventures. Enchanted Stones, Mocha Vanilla, Spacey Demoto. Levi OC, David Hero, and Jaster. Thank you all so much for the extra support. You guys rule. Now onto the video.
So we're on a Grand Prix. Better than torn up in every moment. If it all's worth my eventual sense, maybe then time again will weave a thread until the end. Vow with you and I that when we die we'll leave behind a meaningful legend.
Hey guys, it is I, TDI Fan, and in this video, as you can see from the title, I will be discussing my thoughts on the original Karate Kid trilogy. I was able to finish all three of them in about a week and a half, or yeah, last Friday, not the Friday that just passed, the 21st of March, I saw the first movie. Then last Thursday, the 27th, I watched the second one, and yesterday, the 29th, I watched the third. So now I've seen all three, I can make a video about this. It's kind of like the video that I made with the Back to the Future trilogy, where I'm just going to discuss my thoughts on these movies as a whole, and I'll even go even further and discuss each of the movies one by one and my thoughts on each of them, because this is a really good trilogy. I don't know why the critics were so hard on the second and third movie, because in my personal opinion, all three of these movies are 10 out of 10s. These are really great movies that I just had a really good time with, and it's great. There's really something truly special about movies that were released in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. These movies were really great, and I really wish I was alive to see these movies in the theaters. I mean, I don't know if they'll bring the Karate Kid movies back to theaters because of the new one coming out, but if they do, then I'm going to probably go and see them, because I would love to see them on the big screen. It'd be a really good experience. And sorry if I sound a bit off. I'm currently a bit sick. That's why I haven't been filming much lately, but I've decided that I think I'll be able to film a video like this, and here we are. So let's first go off with the first movie, as you can see in this picture, because this picture is from the first Karate Kid movie. And I had a really good time with this movie. I loved every single bit of it. Like, the characters are great, especially Mr. Miyagi. Hands down, he's the best character of the Karate Kid trilogy or franchise as a whole. I don't know what you guys want to say, but for me personally, I think Mr. Miyagi clearly is the best character. He's just great. All of his moments are great. He's a really great character, and he's definitely my personal favorite. But yeah, this movie was a really great underdog story where we got to see Danny LaRusso. At first he was at the bottom. He had very little experience with karate, and once he met Mr. Miyagi, that's when it all went up. And at the very end, when he was in the All Valley Championship, he actually won. He was able to beat Johnny and beat Cobra Kai as a whole. And yeah, it was really great, especially the way they ended this movie. It was awesome. I had a really good time with it. It's a really great movie. The first movie, 10 out of 10, easy. I would say it's probably up there to be one of my personal favorites of all, because this movie was really great. And the second and third movie are just as good. This picture was taken from the third movie. So as you can see, this was the very end of the third movie where they had another tournament. And since I'm talking about the third movie now instead of the second movie, I might as well just go on with it. And if you can see, I'm kind of like ranking the movies too. If I were to personally rank them, I would personally have the third movie be in third place. Now, that might be a hot take, because I know a lot of people really do love this movie, and I love this movie too. I just feel like the other two are slightly better. I'll do a little ranking at the very end, but back to the third movie. This movie was great. Not only were they able to, dive a little deeper with Danny's character development, because in this movie, we get to see him really struggle and really find a hard time to find himself, for him to see who he is, or who I think he is, or who he wants to become. And we get to see him kind of like take a little dark turn, like for Star Wars, when what was his name? Terry Silver came in the picture, and he's a really great antagonist. I loved how they handled this guy in this movie. Now, I haven't seen Cobra Kai, so I know very little about these characters for the most part, but Terry Silver is hands down probably the greatest antagonist of this trilogy, so that's great. And yeah, that their third movie was really great and probably the darkest of the three, so that's another W, another plus. And I had a really great time, and it also really strengthened the friendship between Mr. Miyagi and Danny LaRusso, and that's great because what I really love about these movies was how they handled this relationship between student and mentor, especially with Mr. Miyagi and Danny LaRusso. These two were great, and I love all their moments. Sure, looking back, I'm like, okay, Danny was a bit, he was a bit too much when describing Mr. Miyagi to others. He kind of like worshipped him, which was weird. But other than that, their friendship is great, and I can definitely see this hands down being one of the best movie duos. They really handled this relationship well, and the third movie was great. And yeah, now let's talk about the second movie. The second movie is just as good, and for me personally, now that I think about it, I feel like the second movie might be my favorite of the three, just because I just loved how they handled the movie and also the Japanese setting. Like, they went to Okinawa, and I loved every bit of it. Like, it was kind of like if I was there with them in Okinawa, and it was great. They had great new characters, and the villains were pretty good. I didn't really care much about Mr. Miyagi's friend. I think his name was Sato. I didn't really care about him, but his nephew, I believe, which his name was... I forgot his name. Yeah, sorry. But if you know, you know. He was a great antagonist. Not as good as Terry Silver or Kreese, but he was still a great antagonist. And the second movie was just really good, especially how they handled the emotional bit with Mr. Miyagi losing his father and Daniel LaRusso being there to comfort him. It was great. You see, that was another great moment between the bond of these two characters. And I just loved the second movie. Like, I love all three movies, but now that I think about it, I feel like the second movie was one that I loved the most because of the setting, the tone, the characters, the development that they go through. And overall, it was in Japan, so what's not to love about that, right? And yeah, I just love to know more about the Japanese culture in this movie too, and that was great. And of course, the fights are great. Like, the action in all three of these movies are fantastic. Some of the best that I've seen ever, and that's really saying something. So yeah, these movies are really, really good. And like I said, they're all 10 out of 10s for me. The characters are great. The acting done by Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita, these two were great, and hands down, I can definitely see them as being some of the greatest actors to ever live because these two do really great in these movies. And of course, everybody else is a supporting cast as well, but these two are definitely the standouts. And like I said, if I had to rank the movies from worst to best, I'm planning to do like a separate video where I rank all the Karate Kid movies. First, I gotta see the fourth one, which I heard is really bad, but we'll see how I think about it. And then, of course, I have to rewatch the one with Jackie Chan. And then once the new Karate Kid comes out, that'll be like a total of 6 movies. So once the new Karate Kid comes out, I should be able to have seen all of them again, and I will do a ranking for all that. But for now, since I've only seen these 3 movies and the Jackie Chan one, but that's been a while and I haven't rewatched it yet, I'll have to rank these 3. And if I were, third place would go to Part 3, just because that's the one that I've seen recently. It's kind of fresh in my mind. And while I do like it, I do feel like it was kind of a bit weaker than the other 2. But that's just me, because I see a lot of people considered to be the second or number 1. But for me, I'll have to put it in number 3, just because it was a bit weaker in my personal opinion. But I feel like this movie definitely handled the relationship between Mr. Miyagi and Danny LaRusso the best. So that's something. And also Terry Silver, the best antagonist so far for this original trilogy. Second place, it was really tough for me to decide between Part 1 or Part 2. But like I said, I think I like Part 2 slightly better. So I'm going to go with Part 1 for second place. It's a really great first start of this series. And it's just a really great movie overall. Great music, great everything. And of course, the top spot for now, I'm going to give it to Part 2. I just loved how they handled the characters. I love the setting in Okinawa, Japan. It's a great movie with great characters, great music, great everything. So that's how I will personally rank these 3 movies from worst to best. But my opinion might change as I've seen the other movies. We'll see. I don't know. Karate Kid Legends looks really good so far with the trailer that they released. So that could be the best. Then again, Mr. Miyagi's not in it, so maybe it won't. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the Karate Kid trilogy. If you've seen these 3 movies, what are your thoughts? Are you excited for the new Karate Kid? And Let me know what your favorite moments, characters, music, and what your favorite movie is of the three as a whole in the comments section. Let's have a little discussion about the Karate Kid movies, because these movies are really good. And if you haven't seen them yet, I highly recommend you do so, because these three movies are great and are some of the best that the 80s have to offer. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I do plan on watching, later today, I'm going to be watching the Looney Tunes movie, so expect a review on that. And yeah, thanks for watching. TDI Fan 2025 signing off. Peace.